Well, hello, everybody. It's Eric from TopFlight Trades. It is December 7th, which is today is a Wednesday, I believe. Boy, I was quite absent today. I apologize. If anybody's looking for me, probably not, but I was out on the road today doing some stuff. So I just got back here a little bit ago. I missed the most of the day of the market today. Got home late. I'm pretty tired, but I wanted to kind of go over a few things and kind of catch up on what I missed today, go over some stocks here. Take a look at what I'm watching, take a look at some of the premium picks. I haven't even had a chance to go through and take a look at how the day did today. And as I was doing that, I looked and I could see that I want to check on the watch list. And I have a few others to add to the list as well. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. This is very, very informal. I wanted to pretty much just turn on the camera while I spend next little bit here doing this stuff before I retire for the evening. It will be an early evening for me tonight because I am quite beat. So if you are here, say hello in the chat. And if anybody that received an invite, if you have a camera, come on and join and chat so I can, I'll be notified if you join. So, okay, I'm going to jump to the screen share. And I'm just going to look at charts. I hope that's all right with you. So let's do that. All right. So here we are. We're looking at charts. Okay, where are we starting today? I mean, I tell you what, this is just a quick run here. I haven't really even prepared very much. What I want to see. All right, let's take a look and see how the markets did. Well, it's a 15-minute. Let's look at the 1 day. All right. Looks like we finally got a somewhat of a bounce here, hopefully off the 100 day. At least we kind of broke through a little bit, but today was definitely a green day. We definitely needed that. Let's see how the NASDAQ looked. Same thing, right? So Dow's going to be about the same. Dow's a little bit better, up 1.2% today. So that's good. We definitely needed that. I was a little concerned, and this was the first day after, what do we got, 6 days lost, 6 down days. So that's probably why my watch lists have just lit up in the last day or two. We'll go over a bunch of stocks. Again, on the watch list, for those who are members of the site, I had placed I don't know, 15 or 20 stocks on the watch list this morning. It was a list that my system generated. I posted the charts, and pretty much all of them look like they're kind of bottom plays there. A couple of them are breakout plays. But I didn't spend a lot of time with them. I wanted to at least show you what I was showing on the list. My list that updated today was another lengthy list. Some of them were repeats, as well as some additions, probably about 10 new additions. We'll go over those. And also a few of the ones on the watch list actually made the criteria for the premium picks, and we'll go over those as well. So pretty much that's what the markets did here today. So let me just look here. This is also on my watch list. What performed poorly today? We got Zaza was down 4.4% today. This is the daily chart again. I am not in any of these positions. If I am, I'll let you know. We have GoPro, which is below the 100-day moving average. You can see the green line here. I don't know if I have my mouse showing. I'll zoom in a little bit. This green line that we see here is my 13-day EMA. This pink line you can barely see. That's a 5-day. I really don't trade it much, but it's there. Okay, I like to just get an even little bit closer of a look. I really don't play it, but I do look at it. And then of course we have the gold is a 50-day moving average. The blue is the 100-day. With GoPro, we don't have a 200-day moving average just yet. So that is a setup. Down below, I have the tricks set at 9. I like that. I've tested that. It's a nice tight range that I like. Nice setting. What I like about it is it seems to really show movement quickly, and I seem to get a pretty good performance out of it. And you can see down here when it crossed above 0 there, it was just getting up in the new highs there before the breakout. I like that. And then, of course, we have the Stoke, and I have that set at 12, 3, and 5. I don't rely on the technical indicators too much anymore like I used to. I've really, really simplified things. I look at my moving averages a lot more today. But I do like to see where we're at. Okay, so that's GoPro. I'm just going to shoot through the list here really quick. Sierra Wireless, well, you can see it's down the last few days. Looks like it may have come down and touched. You can see my line there. Hopefully you can see it. That support line, which was previously that high there. So maybe tomorrow we might get a nice bounce out of that tomorrow. If the markets are green tomorrow, I don't know. Let's see. There's not too many that were down today. Look at that. I mean, my worst one in my portfolio here was down 4.5%. Let's shoot up to see what performed the best today. ADXS, excuse me. I used to be in a stock many years ago called ADSX. Geez, I forget the name of it. Boy, it took me to the cleaners. I didn't know what I was doing. Okay, so this is the daily chart. So you see here we closed above the body of that previous candle here from earlier. Be really curious to see what this does tomorrow. I don't have my after hours up. Either way, what a day. 14%. Heading to new highs. Me back out a little bit here. Let's look at the 1 week really quick. Oh yeah, look at that. Last 4 weeks. Okay, so looking at this really quickly. Excuse me, let me straighten this out. Oh, look at the 200-day. Look where the 200-day sits. 200-day currently sits at 978. And I'm going to bet you there's also going to be a lot of resistance there at 10. So if this thing tomorrow is, or next week, or even this week, what day is it? Wednesday, is still green this week, we might, of course, probably come up and we'll probably get a wick that'll clear above that and probably to 10. I bet we hit resistance at 10 at least. And then I don't know where we'll be, but what do I know? Okay, so that's that. Next we have AMBA. Oh yeah, looking good there. Well, I was thinking about getting into AMBA here a week or two ago, but it's easy to look back and say that, isn't it? I got into Guild instead. I'm sure we'll see Guild here in a minute. BITA. That's on our premium list. I'm pretty sure. I don't have that printed in front of me right now. I got a lot of good plays going on right now. You can see, I believe it made the list back in here, and I think we called on the list back in here. I'm going to look really quick here. I don't want to be wrong here. So let me look at my super top secret. Where is it? All right. Come on, populate. No, it's not on there. What the heck? Okay, I've just been having my eye on it then. Sorry for the confusion. That's why I wanted to look. It is not on there. So, okay, back to the video here. So anyways, here's BIDU. I know we've talked about it in some videos. Yes, I did do a video on BIDU and BIB here, I believe back here last week. So again, it was going to hit off this support here. We drew the support when it came back here late October 15th, came down to 62.90. Did it again here in December and kind of held that, and that's kind of what we're hoping for. If we did play this, we did finally get that nice bounce off here. We went to 70, and we closed up at 82. So what a nice $12 run. So yeah, pretty awesome. What else do we have? Manhattan. Not into that. Loco now. Oh my gosh. Was this thing ever going to die? I got stopped out of this way up here. I bought in on this candle, I think. I've reviewed this a couple times. I won't get into it. But looking back on this now too, what I kind of realize, sometimes when you look back at trades, you see things you normally don't see. But, you know, you could do that, or you can run that high. Oops. Basically, now I don't know why I didn't catch this, but I was making higher lows. Or lower highs, excuse me. But you can see the trend here for the most part. And I'll draw it crudely, okay? Essentially making a wedge pattern here, or a symmetrical triangle, or what do you want to call it. And this is where I played. I played it here, almost to this high. This is that green day here. I wanted to break above this red candle. I didn't wait till it opened or closed above it. That varies as well, but I was anxious. Apparently I got in, played it. My stop was down right about underneath this body, about 33. I got stopped out. And of course, we broke underneath this bottom support line that you can see I drew there. So good thing I stopped it, or good thing it stopped me. And because look what it continued to do. Down to 35, down to, I mean, my goodness, just painful. There's a lot of people that rode this down, I am certain. And right now they have a lot of hope that this thing's going to turn around and come back up. We'll see about that. But nice bounce last few days here. We went from 20, where we at? 23.84. So, excuse me. It's a good 15, 16% in 3-4 days. Okay. Well, I'm not familiar with any news. I don't know what's going on with it, but I wouldn't expect that to continue much longer, but, yeah, we'll see. Okay. So let me just shoot down the list here some more. INSY, looking good. Texas Roadhouse, we talked about this recently. ALXN. Okay. BIB. We just also talked about this last, just here recently. Okay. So I'm going to jump ahead to the watch list. No, I'm going to jump ahead right now to Guild. Excuse me. Jumping ahead to Guild. I got into Guild. Where are we? Where did I get into Guild? 96.30. This day here, this green candle. Let me zoom in. So this is the video. This is off the video I made. This is where I would have played it. We were down in here, I believe. Either way, this is my chart shows. I wanted to see it break up above that candle, open up above that candle. It certainly did the next day. It gapped up. I bought into it pretty quick. Did good. We got up there to 98. Pulled back. My stop is quite tight. I believe my stop is right down here, about 91. No, it's a little bit further down. It's just under 90. Where did I put it? Okay, either way. Anyways, we bounced off that. We held, I want to at least hold the 200 day. So I put it underneath there. If that was going to serve as support. We did get the bounce of it. The wick didn't even touch the 200 day. Now we're moving today. So this is what I want. My target was initially from this point down here, because obviously I didn't know where it was going to open, was above this 12%. So I'm hoping to lock in 10% off it. What I will do is, I'm actually thinking about buying more, but it might be a little too late for that. I'll probably take some off when we hit 10% and then leave some more on the table, raise my stop. I like to pull some profits when I can, protect my profits. But I definitely will be raising my stop here. I expect this to go up probably these moving average areas, and then pull back, and I'll raise my stop up quite a bit there. So that's Guild. I'm very bullish on that. They're getting they continually get excellent news. A lot of interest in it. A lot of good stuff going on with Guild. So good company. Next one I'm in is Alcoa. I got in Alcoa about 15. I think it was on this top of this candle here. Gapped up, traded sideways. It's been unable to close above 16. It's pierced it a couple of times. Then a couple of days ago, last week, what was that, Monday? Yeah, Monday. Don't know what happened here, but I'm still within my stop. My stop is right underneath this candle here. I don't have my stop written down. It's underneath this candle here by a little bit. Yes, so I certainly don't anticipate we'll do that. But obviously we turn back around, and now we're heading back up again. We're going to go up and test 16 again. There's a lot of resistance there at 16. If we go up and hit 16, trade sideways again, I don't have a lot of money on this, so I might actually just keep it there a little bit. It's not really tying up a lot of my cash. So we'll see. But what I'll do when we go up to 16 here and we start riding the sideways again, I do anticipate it to hopefully with some energy and volume to punch on through. And I'm hoping we get back up here to these levels, 17, 18, that'd be great. But if we get up here to 16, start trading sideways, I'm just going to lift my stop up from down here. I'm going to put it probably even up here. I'm pretty much running out of patience with it. But again, I don't have a lot of money in it. I'm really not into it for a lot of gains. I'm thinking about cashing it out, using my money elsewhere. But so far, so good. What else we in? VIPs. Got into this a couple days ago. I don't have the date. I got in at 21.15. Oh, right here. Right there. Okay, I got in right above the moving average there. Moving average will serve as support. So if that is the case, that would be good. That's the 100-day there. So I'm in 21.15. So we're moving upward. We'll see how we do here. It's an ugly looking candle for today, but I'm still we are above the 200-day moving average. So we'll see how the markets do tomorrow. This might pull back, touch it. I don't know if we'll close near it or what, but I'm still expecting this to climb. Let me zoom out a little bit. Let me see what this says. Okay, yeah, the arrow here. Sorry, this was a note from a video. This is where our premium made the premium list back on the 16th, 1983. It's creeped up since I made the video a couple days ago. It was up 3.3%. Friday it surged nearly 5%. I will likely enter tomorrow morning if the markets are strong after the first dip, and that's what I did. Okay, so anyways, that's that update. All right, so let's get to the watch list here really quick. And this, this watch list, it made my list yesterday evening. I went through it, I posted it. I didn't have a chance to analyze it much or even take a very good look at it. I did post on the website, topflighttrades.com. I did post a list with charts, and looking back through them, I was able to quickly, as I posted them, I was able to go through it, draw some support and resistance lines quickly that were obvious to see. And again, all of them look like they're hitting off their bottom support. A couple of them look like they're breakouts, but we'll go through them here really quickly. Let me see if we have anybody with us. Stand by. Find the right window here. All right. We have no visitors, so okay. That is good, I suppose. All right. So first one, Apple. And you know what? This is going to draw my, it didn't draw my support lines in here. Anyways, so yesterday, my support line was off the 100-day moving average here. We met that support line right back here as well. So, so far so good. It was up today, up $1.50, 1.4%. So that's that. Again, I don't have a major plan with these. It made my watch list. I didn't analyze these too closely. Looking at this here, we'll see what that brings us. What do we got here? There's our. So, you know, really, I just did a video on ascending triangles, and you could argue this is a descending triangle. Doesn't mean it's completely bearish. We got 2 points here. It's come down, touch the support there, support there again. So we'll see if we come up, hit this, come back down, and it could pierce it and start heading south again. Well, not really again. It hasn't headed south very much recently. So anyways, we'll keep an eye on that. I am no position in these. Next, Baba. What do we have here? Today was up, but a red candle today, so it finished up. Okay, there's a support line I quickly drew. No real opinion or view on this. It just made my list look interesting. Next, we have IDTI, up 5.8% today. Awesome day today. Again, what I was highlighting was this support line. If you can see it, it's at the bottom of the wick. I recognized it as it came through here and right through there. And so that's all I simply drew on there. We came down, touched it. I wasn't certain if we'd even have another candle that would come down and possibly even pierce it, but we had a good green day today. I will move on. Next, we have BIDU. All right. There's my lines. There's the lines I drew. So far, so good. Up 1.8% today. Then we had ASX, up 1.85% today. See it's trading within the range here between 614, 593. Yeah, good 20-cent range. So trading sideways, don't really have an opinion here. I had talked about this one recently and highlighted it was trading in that channel. Obviously we've hit that bottom support there at 590, about 6. Yeah, support's going to be at 6, not 593. But I'm going to bet you whatever. Okay, that's that. Next, we have LSTR. Today was red for LSTR. Again, there's that support line I drew. You can see looking left there. And we also have the 200-day moving average right there underneath the red candles last couple of days. So I don't know anything about this company here, except this company is part of my top 200. So that's why when I have my system, it looks at stocks of my top 200. That list is updated frequently. So this stock did make the top 200. It was rated very well here most recently. But looking at this action here, I'm not aware if there's any bad news or anything. There are quite a few red candles here. That concerns me. You got a couple big ones there. This goes back to the December. Yeah, this is the dip we had in the markets. A lot of red here recently. So don't know the story with Landstar system. Next, we have O'Reilly. Okay, yeah, where this was playing really not near any support. What I was thinking, because I drew it back here, possibly this might come down and touch the 100-day moving average or possibly the support. But looks like we're holding tight underneath the 13-day moving average. Not a very big candle today. It was up 1%, nearly 1% at $1.71. Probably would expect a little bit stronger out of it today, considering the market was strong today. But keep an eye on it. And earnings are coming up here February 4th. SNCR. Hey, SNCR, I will jump ahead, is newest member or the premium picks. I haven't released that yet, but I'm not going to go over the stock as a watch list because it's coming up as in the premium list here. And I will kind of go over a little bit better of a plan for it. But why don't I just jump ahead and do that now since I'm here? Okay, we got the 200-day, 200-day moving average. This is a real interesting spot here. You can see I drew the support and resistance here of this channel. It only has a little bit of a history there, but we've met that high twice. Come down here to this low. Looks like we kind of played around that over there last time. And then when this made the list, yesterday we had obviously pierced through it there. So it's like, where are we headed? We now broken through that and we're down because we closed beneath it. We down, or what are we doing here? Well, today was a little bit better of the day, but today was a green day and it's darn near a doji there. Got a little bit of green volume. We'll see what this does. But again, this is on the premium picks list. I do not have a trading plan put together yet, or I would share it and release it on the list. But so I would suggest I might look at this tomorrow before I put it on the list, see how this performs tomorrow, and then as well put a better defined trading plan together. It's a little soon. It's right on the edge here. I don't know if I were to play this, I would put a stop awfully tight. I mean, even where it's at 39, I don't even know if I'd put it in 37. So, yeah, a little soon. We got earnings coming up. Yeah. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that one. I will advise when it makes the list. You'll see it on the website. CAVM. Again, this is from the watch list I posted yesterday. So there's the support. We got the 100-day moving, 50-day in gold, 50-day moving average following that up. I would definitely hope that this stays above the 50-day and starts running its way back up. And I would say I'd like to see it, of course, come up to the next resistance area at 63. So we might be able to squeeze a good $6 or $7 out of it. We'll see. Excuse me. That's that. And then we have AAP, Advanced Auto Parts. Okay. Been sideways here. Didn't really dip down too far here. Nice green candle today. Obviously, we want to see it break into new highs here. So we'll keep an eye on that. And again, I like to play the bodies of the candles, not the top of the wicks. Let's look at the weekly on this one by chance. See if we see anything. Okay. A little bit of a weekly flag action there. But again, let me go back to the weekly. Take a look at this a little further back. Yep, looking good. Okay. If anybody's watching has any questions, definitely post it and I'll see what I can do for you. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on this. Definitely think this is going to come up and touch it. We don't have much room to back to this new highs. It's not really worth a play here. If I were to play this, I would wait till we broke above it. Yeah, again, I haven't done a lot of analysis on this and these stocks. I made my list and here we are. So DFT, DuPont. This looks really nice here. Again, looking for new highs soon. This is currently trading at what? Where are we at? I can see it. 34.24. All-time. Well, I don't know if it's an all-time high. Let me take a look here. I think it is an all-time high. It's a weekly chart. I'm just going to see if we've ever been to these levels. See if there's any history there. The screen is running slow. Just monthly. That's that. Okay, so no history. So it looks like we're at all-time highs. Nearing all-time highs. Excuse me. Let me correct myself there. Okay, so if you like the breakout plays in the new highs, this is one to put on the list. Kind of get that nice rounded bottom there. Okay, so anyways, I would definitely want to see it above. I'd give it to, geez, really play it safe. You could really give it to 35. Yeah, don't know how much further it's going to go. Yep. Well, keep an eye on it. So VNTV. Okay. Yesterday, again, when I made the list, there was yesterday's candle and the support line I drew. Got that bounce off it. HBI. Nice candle today, 3.4%. Again, you can see the support line that we've drawn. It's held that pretty good, going all the way back to, boy, into August, it looks like. Well, I didn't hold it the whole time. Obviously, August 15th, that big dip we had in the market. Boy, it didn't have much of a dip itself, did it? Looks like it's been running pretty strong. Let's take a look at the weekly here. Oh, boy. Look at that weekly. Holy smokes. Wow. Boy, look at this down here. How would you like to get into that right down there? Breaking the new highs on the weekly, 32, 33. Holy cow. And that goes back to June 2012. Okay, well, this is looking pretty good. So let's go back to the daily on this. This is HBI Hanesbrands. Okay, so I kind of like this play here. Wow, yeah. Seems to hold that support really well. We just bounced off it. Who would have played it? Would have got a good 3.5% out of it. We've already closed above some moving averages there. We still got the 50-day and the 13-day ahead. So, yeah, awesome. Next, we have ZLTQ. I don't know anything about this company. Not a very good convincing support line there, though. But drew it through there, held there. It's for the most part kind of held there. Kind of ugly. But get the idea, I guess. So let's look at the weekly. It probably looks a little bit better. Yeah, a little bit cleaner on the weekly. Anyways, so obviously I think we're getting that bounce there. It'd be nice if we can get it closed up above, maintain it above the 50-day. So it's currently at 27.86. Certainly looks like our new resistance area is 30. So that's where we need to be, at least past that. So keep an eye on that one. Next, I'll skip that one. MELI. Let's take a look at MELI here. Okay, so MELI is interesting. This made the premium list back in this area here. Let me see. MELI, the 26th. Okay, so this is at the 26th, though. Oh, it's right there. Okay, so one thing I've explained this before in my my videos with the pick list. Now, my premium pick list, when the list is populated and released, it does not mean it's an automatic buy. Okay. What the list does is the stocks perform very nicely in the long term. I'm not talking, well, they do in the very long term as well, as like over a year. See, that's why I consider long term, certainly over a year. But what I'm referring to is in the next few weeks. Okay. Doesn't mean they're is explosive. They're going to take off and you're going to clear 20% in 2 days. If they're a breakout, sure. But they're good, solid, strong leader companies. Okay. And they're in a setup range that I like. Okay. So that's why it might make the premium picks list, but as you'll notice, sometimes I'll say, well, I want it to go up another clear above this resistance area there, kind of prove itself, or I want to see this much volume, or, obviously if it gets beneath this point here, it's no good. That's what happened here with MELI. And what I've discovered, these stocks, when they make the premium picks list, sometimes the ones that don't perform well all the time, what they do, see, they caught it here in this area here. And what happens is when I go back and I look at these, they usually drop down one more step. Okay. So sometimes it makes a picks list in this range here, it drops down to the next level, and then that's where it goes. Okay. So I kind of caution you on that. So, then one strategy is also what I've done is if a stock's done that, I might enter partially in here and wait to see what it does. And if it breaks down, and it's still within my stop area for that initial order, and it would be in this case, then I'd play it, and then I might add some more and then stop out really tighter if I need to. But I'm thinking this is going to trade sideways and then go. We got the 100-day moving average here. I certainly do not think we're going to go down to the 200-day. Now, there's one thing I pointed out too prior, was we have this gap here in the yellow. Okay, we gapped up here. Stocks often fill the gap. And if that's the case, then that says we're going to come down here to 115. I don't believe it because the picks list hasn't done that to me yet. But you know what? It's not going to tell the future, and the tape doesn't lie. The markets don't lie. So all we can do is play it, protect our losses, and take the profits we can. So if it doesn't go our way, it doesn't matter. I don't sweat it. I really don't. So anyways, this is MELI. And so again, then we got into this, made the premium picks list back here. I'm not in MELI. I almost did, but what I wanted to do for it to do, again, when I put this on the list, was I wanted it to clear above that blue line. I wanted to open up above that line, hopefully get up above the 50-day moving average here. It did not. I didn't enter it, and it failed. It failed that, and I did not expect it to do that. So we'll see where this goes. And again, it's down here at the 100-day moving average. We have this gap to fill. We'll see if it does. I'm thinking we're going to bounce off this, but we'll see. So I'm not in this one, but this did make my watch list again. So we'll see. Okay, just a few more here. These are a few more additions to the watch list tonight. I haven't looked at these yet. AMAT, Applied Materials, where we gap down. There's our support. I think you all agree with me on that one, right? Okay, let's look at this. Well, I don't know the news. Okay, well, it's still a top pick. All right. Financials, they didn't come out yet. They come out, what, for the 11th? Yeah, I don't recall the news on this today. But again, talking about gaps, okay? Often the stocks will fill their gaps. So you could say that, well, then we might be seeing 24 again here pretty quick. I mean, 50 cents. I mean, not a lot, but on the watch list. Next, BRCM. All right, BRCM. What do we have? Okay, I'm going to call that there. All right, we got moving averages here. So we got the 100-day moving average here, and we have this support line. So there's a lot of good support here. So if you really want to play this tightly, it's currently trading at close at 41.35. If you really want to take minimal risk, if you got a lot of support just underneath it, if you're at a low, you could run this with super tight stops. Now you could get shaken out if there's a day tomorrow and we got a lot of range in the candle tomorrow, a lot of range in the trading. You could get stopped out. That's why having tight stops protects any losses you have. But again, you can just have you know, the market fill a bunch of orders that are down there, and you can totally get shaken out. That's happened to me plenty. That's why I often keep my stops even as low as 8%. It sounds like so far away, and I hate it, but it's usually within the safe range for any kind of trading day ranges like that. But aside from getting shaken out like that, I mean, you could put the stop pretty tight here if you really wanted to. If tomorrow is green, I mean, if we have another good, awesome day tomorrow, this is going to probably be heading up with the markets. And you probably could put your stop very tight. Just call it just under 40, because 40 will probably act as resistance or support. Not even 40, excuse me. You know, you could put it tight, 40, 50, right underneath that. If this is taken off tomorrow, then you're safe and you're going to be in the green. So it's Union Pacific. Yeah, same thing. See, like most of the market, these things have come down and hitting support. And this is why they're just lighting up my my criteria on my watch list right now. That's why I have so many of these, because they're pretty much all doing the same thing, because that's what the market's doing. Let's take a look. There we go. See? It's a little bit different. It didn't come down all the way. Get the idea. So that was UNP. So if you like the railroad, transportation, this could be a good one to watch. It's currently priced at 112.85, up 0.5% today. Next, we're going to look at AMGN. AMGN. There's a gap here. We're going to fill that gap. I don't think so, but this looks a little odd to me. Something about it stinks. I'm not liking it. I can't think of what it is, what I don't like, but it's a little choppy, kind of all over the place. Doesn't have much order. I don't like it. I'm going to move on. It's probably going to be up 70% tomorrow for some reason. ARM Holdings. Okay. What do we have here? Again, we definitely found support in previous levels. Why didn't I draw that? Okay. It's a big red candle the other day, but we're green now, so we're all the way up here. So, and we are now above a couple moving averages. Got the 50-day and the 100-day. Next, we have the 200-day. So, again, I'm not very familiar with this company. I have not researched this. I'm just kind of going over this. I think the safe bet would be, if I were to play this, I would probably wait for it to close up above. I'd wait another 50 cents, if that. I would wait for it to close up above the 200, because this could be a little bit of trouble to get through. You can see the 200-day has served as resistance in the past, just here recently. It's the 200-day. So I want to ensure that we clear above that. And if we do, you could gap up just like this day here. So UTHR, United Therapeutics. Interesting. Let me draw some lines here. Got some, no, we'll do that. It's kind of like a sloppy, not very ascending triangle, isn't it? I'm just seeing. It is ascending. It's not very steep, but it is ascending there. And we have the 100-day moving average here. Today wasn't a very strong day considering how the markets were today. So I don't know. Again, this could be another one you put a tight stop on it underneath this channel here, the support and the 100-day. It's currently where did we close out today at? We closed out at 125.80. If you wanted to be really tight, you could put your stop down here at 123. Might be a little tight, of course, but that's what you could do. Okay, next we're going to look at CVG. Same thing. That's a beautiful run back here. That's our October run. You got a head start before the rest of the market did on the 15th, 16th. Had some good strength there, and then went beautifully up there almost a month. good 3 weeks worth. Okay, same thing here. We'll call it right there. We'll call it that. Excuse me. One thing to point out, of course, we got this slope here. We are getting lower highs. You know, I don't know. We're going to come up to this area. We're going to go from where are we at 1950? Well, no, it's obviously up now more. So we're just under 20. 20 is probably could be a little bit of a issue getting over there. It's about where the top of those candles are. Anyways, you could get up to not even 21. And if this bounces around, you could have a descending triangle. And that's where this would bounce around and then finally break on through. The reason this made my list is because it was coming down near the 100-day moving average here and back on previous support. AFSI. Well, I'm going through a lot here. AFSI. Okay, well, you can see we covered this here recently, and you can see the trend line I drew here. Now, a lot of people might say, well, we can just move this over here. That could be, but, you know, oftentimes when you have these and you have the trend line drawn and they break through, that's your sign that it's perhaps bearish. And at the same time of that, we can look at this and you can see, well, what do we got here? It's not perfect, but, you know, there you go. So if this does turn around, we're just going to come up and hit it and bounce off it again. We are below these moving averages. We're still above the 50 moving average. The moving average is above it. Let me take that back. It's a 13-day. But we are still above the 50-day. That's the goal. So if I were to play this, I would probably want to see this get up and break above this line here. Okay. And you can see this lower support line. It broke through it there. I don't think this would necessarily do any good to move this. I mean, we're making the charts work for us here. And yeah, that candle came all the way down to that support line there. So we'll see. That's AFSI. Again, this is still the watch list. We got just a couple more here. It's not what I want. MSCC. This is what I wanted. Okay. Yeah. Micro Semi. I'm not familiar with this company too much. I mean, it obviously made the list, but that's about it. I like that support line. Like looking back at previous highs, and you can really sometimes see it. Okay, you get the idea. So we'll see what this does. You get the moving averages down here. You can see this day here. Obviously today we had a lot of range today. Closed in the middle. It was only up 0.6%. Closed out at $27. Next one, PGNX. Ooh, interesting. Okay. PGNX, Progenix Pharmaceuticals. Up 3.76% today. Boy, we're really trading sideways there. Looks like we tried to break out there, failed, pulled back down. We're back on support here now. Where do you want to call it? Right there. Approximately, we'll call that. And well, you can see what we have above, but it also broke out and went to there. So if we can hold this, this might be another play here. We're clearly above the 50-day, 100-day, and the 200-day. We have the 13-day moving average here, but we've been trading sideways. So we're currently at 717. We can close above the 13-day moving average. It might be good to get a partial in and then wait for it to clear above. If I were to get in another phase, another purchase, I'd probably wait to close up. I might even wait to close up. Well, definitely the candle body, maybe even the wick, just get us in the newer ground. Okay, I'm going to go over premium picks right now. These are quick. These are not released. I still have work to do on them, so it's just a little premature. This doesn't mean they're a buy, but I will be working on a trading plan for them. And then, of course, I'm really curious to see how the markets are tomorrow. First one is BIDU. Now, we already went over this. Again, we just went over this a little earlier, didn't we? Yes, we did. Okay. Yes. Okay, we kind of talked about this. And I already looked up to see if this was on the premium list earlier, and it hasn't. I've done some videos on it, but it's never made the premium picks list. If it has made the premium picks list, it goes back. This went back quite a ways. I know it's in here. Well, maybe not. Okay. Hey, let me see if anybody's here. Anybody says hello. All right. Perfect. Okay, so I will be putting out a video here tomorrow on this one and the rest of them. Next, EPAM. You know, you can see all these setups are about the same. Okay, following the market, they've gone up, they've pulled back, we've bounced off the support line again. I can't really see how well it's bounced off the support area there. Did the wick even touch it? No, that wick didn't. But again, that's where I drew the line. It's kind of crude, never perfect, but that's okay. So yeah, there's a play there. So I would certainly wait till we get above the 13-day moving average there, and then we have the 50-day moving average above, which could serve as a resistance as well, as in addition to these new highs. Now being at 47.29, you know, if you wait till it clears above 49, you're going to miss out perhaps on a couple, 2-3%, but we'll see, or 3 or 4%. So I will put a plan together for that and how I intend to play it. MDXG. Okay, now here, this one is interesting. Again, I haven't not studied this. I do not know the company or the news or anything very well, or how the company ranks with my system. I'll talk about that. But obviously we gapped down here, broke through the 50-day, and we found support here on the 100-day. What I like to see here, and what I am liking seeing here, are these wicks here. They get these long tails. You know, that shows obviously the range for the day, and there was a real battle, and it looks like the bears, you know, won on that day. Not so much on this day. I mean, it did close green, but that's good. So back to the question about filling gaps. You know, I don't know where you stand on that. If I were to say fill a gap, I mean, I look back again, I look at the resistance, support and resistance. A lot of people might say it goes back to the candle gap from. I think it goes back to, you know, I think about orders that were bypassed. So when I think of filling gaps, there's just orders in between here. The stops, people had a lot of stops in here. And so when they woke up the other day, this thing was underneath their stops and they missed it. So they're down a whole bunch. And they're like, where was my stops? Well, hey, you know what? You closed up here. Where we closed at that day? 11:53. And then you woke up in the morning and it opened at 10. Okay. Your stop was at 10:50. And you're like, what the heck? So there's a lot of orders here. And that's why people say they expect the gaps to be filled, because there's outstanding orders. It seems to make sense to me. I don't know. I don't follow it that closely. But if this is the case and this fills the gap and you believe that, well, now we have trading range here, call it 10. And if you want to say safely up to this area here is 1050. Not really a lot, but anyways, either way, we got a nice dip here. The stock's performed and held up nicely. So looking back, October 15th, 16th, this is when the market had the dip. It didn't dip very well here, did it? Let's look back here at the, let's just look at the SPY really quick here. Okay, what MXDX, whatever the heck is called, MDXG, what MDXG does not have is this horrible, horrible, scary decline. Okay, it's trading sideways. But when this turned around and the markets were green for this period, 3 weeks, month, well, it took advantage of that. Okay, MDXG. Okay, see, boom. So this thing just holds up strong. The market just tanked. Everybody else lost a lot of money if they were in stocks then, you know, the market overall. But this just rode that up nicely. And then even in December, we had that dip here. Back December 15th, was it? I'm sorry, what was the date? 17th, 16th, 17th. It didn't. And then, of course, most presently. So What a good strong. That's the right one. Yes. Okay. And I don't know what this gap down was for. Did they haul somebody away? Stock repurchase 2 days ago. They announced downgraded. Yeah, I haven't studied this. Investor alert. You know, these legal advisories. I don't even know why they put those in the news streams. Bunch of lawyers. Sorry for the noise. A bunch of lawyers filing class action suits for those who lost money, and I hate it that they put them in the stream because anybody can just come up with that. It just affects the stock price so much for the retail investors. Like, they get scared, and I mean, they should be sometimes, I suppose, but all right. So anyways, MDXG, this is held up strong when the market was weak. When the market turned around, this thing took off just strong. Again, I don't know what's up with the gap down. Could be absolutely critical game-changing news. I don't think so. I mean, but looking at these candles, I mean, if it was game-changing news and they hauled everybody away in cuffs, this would be down quite a bit. Quick look here at the financials. Average volume under 1 million. All right. Let's get out of here. Okay. SNCR, we covered this one already. Yes, I covered this one. I don't know what to say about this. This is on the 200-day moving average. I don't have a plan together for this. This can't get beneath here. If this breaks underneath that support line there, the only thing that could be around would be this support line here. That goes back a ways at 37, 38, and then we're looking down to 32. It just doesn't look good. ALXN. See, right now, that's what I love about my system is that sometimes when the market's doing well and there aren't the right criteria, the right setups, I don't get a lot of premium picks. But days when we get a nice bounce, a lot of these then meet that criteria, and then all of a sudden my list populates with, like I said, I got 10 of them here. That's awesome. There's a lot of choices there, and with them we're going to have winners. There'll be a few losers, but you know what? We're going to have all that defined, and all the trading plans will. I define them all, and if it doesn't meet my expectations, then whatever. We'll see. So this ALXN. Oh my gosh, it's been a long day. This already made the list a while ago, didn't it? No, this made my watch list. Where is this? I'm losing my mind here. ALXN. All right. Okay. SNCR. Hold on really quick here. SNCR 12.2. Let me look at something here. Okay. Well, I was saying sometimes when these picks make the list, and if they fail, they often drop down one more leg, one more level there. Made the picks list back here, dropped down, made the picks list again with the same criteria. It went back up to that support line, and that's all we're getting out of it. So what's our range here? I don't know the exact date, but let's just kind of quickly look. So you could have squeezed nearly 10% out of it, but obviously now we're back down to this low here. So, all right. Where was I? Okay, ALXN. So we talked about ALXN. So I'm trying to remember, I don't know what my deal is, why I'm not remembering this setup here. It was back. I probably just did this yesterday too. That's the crazy part. Forgive me here. Let me look. I don't know. I got to find the answer. I'm not going to just pretend. Okay. I'm going to kill myself. Well, not really. If this is yesterday, I'm just going to, like, what the heck? Bear with me, please, here really quick. I want to see if I drew that in or if that's something I already did a video on. It's hard when you look at all these stocks, and you say, what Did I already cover that? You know, because I look at these stocks all day and then I forget, you know, where did that make the list yesterday? Did it? You know, ALXN, I don't see it yet. Well, all right. I am not remembering what this was, but obviously this is what I identified for a trade. I believe it was probably, it looks like it would have been on this day here. Because that's when I started this here. So I probably wanted to see it break up into that, break above this high. This seems like this was just yesterday. Maybe I was just playing around. I don't know. It did not break up. Obviously not yesterday. It was back on this day, excuse me, 4 days ago. It did not. It went back down and broke through the support line there. Had a good day today, up 5.6% today. But again, it did not meet my entry where I wanted to be. I wanted to break up above, open up above the 50-day there. And it didn't. So with today's candle, it's really interesting. We'll see what it does here. So ALXN, again, I'll have a better plan posted in the next day or so. AMGN, I don't think we talked about this. Yes, we did talk about this one again earlier. So here we are. I'll put a plan together on this one. One thing I see here is, well, I'm just kind of pointing this out. I see that there. We got the 100-day moving average down here. Yeah, I'll put a plan together on this one, see what I like, see what I don't like. It's AMGN. Next we have ACT. Activists. Okay, Activists is, I've always liked Activists. I don't think I've ever played it. What we are looking at here, obviously this goes back a few days because I drew this in here. We talked about this flag here, and I anticipated this to go. I just needed a few more days. Hopefully we're on the right track here. You can see this support line that I had drawn. We've gone up and it looks like we closed at it. So again, certainly I think that that's an important area to clear. After that, probably wouldn't have much of an issue above 271 here. But let's zoom out a bit here and take a look at this trend line. It's very long. Let's jump to the weekly. Okay, yeah, look at this. This is just crazy. This is the weekly. This goes back to 2013. Oh, what a run. 82 to where are we? 265. Incredible. Okay, so, you know, a stock like ACT, yeah, I mean, where can you go wrong? Where can you go wrong? I mean, well, I suppose the company can go wrong in a few areas. Not so much ACT, but I mean, the markets can do anything. I've seen some of the strongest companies just not have good ones, and I've seen weak companies just become strong. So anyways, this is ACT. I will put a chart together on that one. Next, I have HOR. No, HAR. Oh my gosh. HAR, H-A-R. HOR, what one is that one? Okay. Excuse me, back out here a little bit. Here's our big dip, October 15th. It took a turd like the rest of the market did. It certainly did. It didn't correct and reach newer highs like the S&P did it? And so because of that, what does that mean? What does that show us? Well, what that means, what that shows us is this. Okay. Yeah. So you look at the S&P. Okay. Here's our October 15th. We made new highs. Okay. Look at that. We went up to where we get 208. Anyways, we obviously made new highs here. And you know, let's just do that. Whatever. HAR did not. So I'd be a little cautious about this one. I guess with this low, you can certainly say we made new higher lows, but you know, these are kind of, I mean, it followed the market, but they're kind of outliers there, really, if you ask me. But yeah, we'll see. So I guess if we were to play this, and I'll put a video together here if I like this. I'm thinking, you know, possibly from this area here, we closed at 100. We closed above 100. We did. We closed just above 100. 100 serves as a good support resistance area. We are above it. If tomorrow was green, well, then we might get a good 5% out of it. We might see it 7%, 8%. Might see it come up to this area again. If it's weak, you might even see it come to 7. So we could see 7%. But I'll take a look at the company as well and see what we have there. Last one I have is 5 Networks. This has made the list the past few, the premium picks list a few times in the past. Here's our October 15th dip. It made newer highs, as you can see there. Okay, this is the same one we had in September. Looked a little stronger than the S&P. Again, let me glance at something here. Okay, S&P made higher lows. 5 didn't, but you know, this could be new reasons for that, other reasons, any reason. So that, but also shows us we got a nice area here. Let me draw this in here. Again, we have, I guess not exact, but what do you think? We got a pretty good support area there. Let's jump to the weekly, see if there's anything here that we see. Not so much. Okay. Let me do this. I want to draw this in here and see how this looks. Okay. So this goes back to 2010. Okay, this high, it was making lower highs. Oh, it's getting late. Lower highs. Okay, where are we at here? Okay. But we're breaking above that now. Okay. See, that's a good thing. You get here. Let me zoom in. This is the weekly chart again. Okay, so you have this resistance line here. It's descending. And then you got the horizontal here. You get to this point here. We're obviously breaking above this long trend line that goes back a few years. And then you have the horizontal into the new highs off above the recent weekly high here. So now we're bumping here. This is what this is doing. It's come up. It's come back down to touch this support line now. And often, again, when I see stocks, they break above the new highs. What they do is they come back and they touch it and then they go. So we'll see. And again, on the weekly, identify there is some support resistance just above here, and that's where we touch. So it's kind of some tight range in here. Looks like we're going between 126 and 136. So it's about $10 in here. So let's jump back to the daily and see what we have here. See if there's any trading range in here. Okay, so I'm going to draw all over this chart here. Okay, so what do you think about this? You like that there? All right, that could be. I don't know, I'm just playing here. So, all right, let me get rid of that one. All right, so anyways, we'll see what's going on here. So, all right, I'll put something together there. So that's what I have. I've gone through a ton of stocks. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I've gone through 50 stocks probably. So I apologize. There's so many of them. But, you know, sometimes when that's what it takes to go through these stocks and, you know, really get a good look at what's going on. You know, even having 200 stocks on your watch list is probably a little much, but, you know, I like to keep a list of the top 50. I'll often look at the IBD top 50. I'll look at sector leaders. I'll look at a broader list of the top 200 that I select. I put together several lists, and then I focus on setups, winning setups. And the better the company you have and how they perform against the market, depends. It helps increase the chances for these setups to work. Okay, not every setup is going to work, but if I'm playing pennies and they're losing money left and right, and they have no sales, and you know, your ascending triangle, your breakout, you name it, aren't always going to work very well. The markets could be absolutely green, but if there's speculation that they're going to shut down a plant, I mean, nothing's going to bring that stock up for the day. But when you get stocks like ACT, when you get stocks like Guild, VIPs, you get all these other stocks that are strong, and there's a lot of them out there. Market leaders, sector leaders, you know, they will outperform. And you know, the one that was most impressive to me today is MDXG. again, I don't know much about this company, but you know what? That's just crazy. When we had that dip there, that when the S&P bottomed out October 15th, 16th, the markets were down. That you saw that, and it just traded sideways here. That's incredible. And then when it went green, boom. Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome, awesome. I'm going to keep a close eye on this stock. I like it. So, okay, everybody, let me show you. Let me get back to the website here. So again, if you're just joining us, this is Eric from TopFlight Trades. This is the website. Just got it updated this last weekend. If you're experiencing any difficulty, seeing any scripting errors or anything like that, and you're a member on here, there is a forum on here for site issues. I appreciate it. I had realized that there was a scripting issue on an iPhone, then it went away, then it's back. I'm looking into it, but I certainly appreciate your feedback if you do notice anything. And I can be reached here on YouTube. I can be reached on Twitter, StockTwits, Google Plus. So we're everywhere. And right now, the premium picks list is free. I pretty much went over a few of them right now today. But if you enjoy those and the setups and that, right now they're free for life for new members. So come on over to TopFlight Trades, give it a try, and I hope you find it of value, and I hope it helps you in your trading each day. So we're all here together and going to make some money, and yeah. So that's that. Let me get out of this window here, and we'll wrap it up if I can figure out where I'm at. All right. And here we are. Okay. Hey, thanks again. This is Eric from TopFlight Trades. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. I'm going to go to bed. I am exhausted. Come on over to TopFlight Trades, StockTwits. We'll see you guys later. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.